Hello and welcome to Science, Knowledge, and Know-How. I'm your host, Will Boyd with the Homeschool Institute of Science, and this week's course is on bird migration. You'll have noticed that we've started a new unit this month. This unit is on migration in general. We had a unit on hibernation, and now we're having a unit on migration. And an interesting story, actually, I wanted to share, and I'm hoping to have a clip of this up there for you as well. Folks in the Middle Ages wondered where all the birds went in the winter. And one of the prevailing theories happened to be that a lot of these swallows and other migrating birds just went to the bottom of lakes and the ocean and spent the winter, quote-unquote, hibernating under these deep waters. And so we all know that's not true today, but we are still amazed at migration and hibernation. Hibernation, those creatures that are cold hardy, quote-unquote, decided to stay and tough out the winter. The migrants are of a different ilk. These folks are the long-distance flyers, not always, but sometimes, and they are capable of flying tremendous distances to get to a place that is going to be suitable to breed sometimes, and is going to have enough food resources that they can survive. So the physiological adaptations and the genetic hardwiring of these creatures is absolutely astounding. You're going to learn a lot about migrants this week, birds this first week. You'll be learning about sandhill cranes. You're going to be learning about how these migrations take place. And you're also going to be getting some close-up looks at some of the world's most amazing bird migrants, including the shorebirds. You're going to be looking at the hop over the Gulf of Mexico. These birds really do hops, if you want to call it that. Some birds hop really long distances over the Gulf of Mexico, over the Pacific Ocean. Some only do short hops. Some birds migrate altitudinally. And so I'm going to let you remind yourself of that, what that word means. We'll also be looking this month at other migrants. Fish migration, insect migration. A lot of different creatures migrate to survive either the cold, hard winters or the hot summers. And so this is a fantastic phenomenon. It's really one of the spectacles of nature. A good friend of mine, when we were on in the Bering Sea in Alaska, would always talk about the spectacles. And these really are one of the most amazing spectacles of God's creation. You're going to be learning and making a flying bird. You're going to be making critical bird feeding and clean watering hole stations for migrants. That's one thing that migrants really need in these staging areas when they stop over, when they hop over the Gulf of Mexico, or when they hop over the Pacific Ocean. Wherever they hop to, they really need food and water right away. You can imagine a lot of these birds just kind of crash land and are so worn out. A good percentage of them die in their first year of migration. It's an incredibly taxing process. They've stored up energy for days and weeks ahead of time to make the jump. And so we hope you enjoy this course in bird migration. I also just want to encourage you to get out there with binoculars this month and next. April and May are fantastic months for migration across the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. And so no matter where you are in the world, please grab a field guide to that part of the world and your binoculars, and keep your eyes open and expect to be surprised. We hope you enjoy this week's course in bird migration.